Aripiprazole. Aripiprazole. Aripiprazole? That doesn't sound right. This is basically Abilify. So I was recently diagnosed with bipolar depression. A few months ago, I started feeling really terrible. I started having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. I couldn't sleep. My head was hurting. And then suddenly I started feeling really, really drained and depressed. This big giant fog of just sad and depression just swept over me, that it was very immobilized and I couldn't get out of bed. It just felt like all the ambition and hope and desire, passion was just being sucked out of me. I guess the best way to describe it is in that scene where Harry Potter is with the what are those things called from the Azkaban, where they're sucking the soul out of him. It felt like that. That's the best way I can describe it. It just felt like everything was being sucked, everything good and happy and joyous was just being sucked out of me, and I was just left in this pit of depression, and I didn't know what it was. I just felt horrible. So I ended up having to go to the doctor, obviously, to find out what was going on. After going to the doctor, talking to a therapist, they diagnosed it as bipolar depression, where I can just go from having massive highs, what is that, euphoria of highs, and then just come crashing down to zero within like a period of time. It can go from day to day or week to week or month to month. And after talking to a therapist, we identified that this is something I've always had. It's just never been this bad. You know, when I was a teenager, there was a period of time where I went through this, but I didn't know that's what it was. And then again, it happened in my 20s. Again, I didn't know that that's what it was. And then now in my 30s, it happened, and it just felt horrible, like absolutely terrible. So they ended up giving me, I'm not going to try to pronounce that again. It's basically Abilify, and Abilify is supposed to help with the bipolar depression. But what I'm finding is that it basically just amplifies everything that I'm feeling. So if I'm feeling depressed, that just amplifies me feeling depressed. If I'm feeling anxious, same thing. If I'm feeling really good and I'm having an awesome day, then it makes me feel amazing. There's no wiggle room. So I don't know how I'm going to wake up, and that's honestly one of the main reasons why we stopped vlogging last year so much for like, what was it, like 6 months or something like that, just because everything was everywhere. One day I would wake up and I would be feeling amazing, and then that afternoon I'd just be torn down. I was having anxiety attacks where I couldn't be around people. I would wake up exhausted and then just be that way the entire day for absolutely no reason. And it just was ongoing to the point where I'm at now, where I've been able to get a good handle on it, get it under control, and been taking my medication, which leads me to the next part. So a couple of months ago, last year actually, I had lost a lot of weight. I started at 229 and I dropped down to about 185, 184, 185, something like that, which was exactly where I wanted to be. And I specifically said that I was not going to gain that weight again. I was going to just stay fit and continue to eat right. This medication, Abilify, one of the side effects makes you gain weight. I basically gained all that weight back, probably, and some, because I feel terrible. Like, weight physically, I feel terrible. I think I'm at like 230 something, so you can see it all in my face. It's all fat and chubby. But as far as that goes, as far as the Abilify goes, that's something that I've been kind of struggling with, and there's something that I haven't actually really told a lot of people aside from just like my immediate family that know about it. But I thought that it was something I need to say. It was something that needs to be out there. A shout out to my nephew, which I've talked a lot extensively about this situation. He's gotten me out of some really bad ruts just talking to him. So shout out to my nephew Eddie, because there's been some really dark times where I'm just feeling depressed. At no point did I ever feel suicidal or that I can identify as being suicidal, but there's been some really dark times, and luckily he's been there to help me out when I'd be driving and I start having a panic attack, or when I'm at home just feeling absolutely depressed and just horrible. Then I would call him up, and then we would talk, and then it would just kind of get my headspace out of that depressed zone, and it would allow me to breathe, basically. So massive shout out to him. Also, another part of what was going on is my brain wouldn't shut down. So what was happening is my brain was just non-stop, go, 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 and it wouldn't shut down. I couldn't quiet the noise no matter what I did. Even while trying to sleep, I took sleeping pills. I took what is this called, ZQL, nothing. I was popping them like Skittles, and nothing would help. I couldn't sleep, and then just my brain would not shut off, which they gave me something else for, but it made me feel terrible, so I stopped taking it. I can't even remember the name of it. The problem that I'm having now with the medication is that I start feeling good. I start feeling really good, that I start believing that I don't need it anymore. So what happens is I stop taking it, and when I stop taking it, a couple of days later I feel terrible again. But then when I keep taking it, it makes me feel terrible as well, because like I mentioned, if it amplifies whatever I'm feeling. So if I'm having a bad day, it just amplifies that bad day. So it's hard to kind of just go back and forth, and I'm struggling to kind of find a balance there. I don't want to necessarily stop taking it, because I don't want to go back to feeling terrible like I did at the beginning of this whole situation. But at the same time, I can't continue to take it because it's going to just amplify whenever I'm having a bad day. And those are usually the days that I don't vlog. I tend to try to vlog every other day and post a video every other day. So when there's massive gaps that I don't post anything, just know that I'm having a really bad time, and the depression has really gotten a hold of me, and I'm struggling. That's basically what that means. And right now I'm at a park. I don't remember what this park is called. We love coming here because we bring Biscuit, and he's able to run around. And if you guys remember about his surgery, he's actually doing a lot better, and that situation did not help. Having to deal with him bleeding all over the place and getting that surgery done did not help my situation at all. But yeah, like I said, the kids are able to run around. They're able to bring Biscuit, and he can get out of the house, run, and it's just a lot of positive things that need to go in, day out, just to kind of get over that hump. For a long period of time, I wasn't able to get my head and my emotions out of that dark pit. But according to my doctor and according to my therapist, what I have to do is I have to continue to take the medication so I can get my head out of that depression cloud, and I can see above that where I can live. And then once I'm able to stay there, then I can stop taking the medication. But it's hard to stay above that cloud without the medication, and it's hard to stay above that cloud with the medication. So I'm trying to find a balance, and this is something that I've been trying to discuss with my therapist about the medication. Maybe Abilify isn't the right choice of medication for me. Maybe there's something else that I need to be taking to kind of help that out. So with that said, I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna enjoy the time with the girls. I'm gonna enjoy the time with Biscuit at this park, run around, have fun, because today is a good day and I need to embrace and enjoy those times. So I just wanted to make this video for you guys so that you guys are aware of what's going on, and we can keep an open line of communication as far as my mental health goes, as far as the family goes, and everything else in between. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.